Yeah, so high tech.
High tech?
Yeah. Not high tech, high tech. I said how high tech, you said high tech? Hi, serving? Yeah.
Better get going with this.
Oh, this is plans? One moment.
Here, look at Haven't you shared something before on Google Docs? You were here last year, right? You already shared your essay with me. It's the same idea.
Oh, really? Wow.
I'll check the history. So.
Oh la la.
What if my history didn't exist?
So far,
He's outside.
But Mister, it doesn't look open because... Well, you'll just... I mean, at this point, it's a bit late. It's supposed to be shared. Yeah, but that's not how... This is not how you... Okay, open Google Drive on your web browser, just like you would, right? Open Google Drive.
Las portuguesas.
Mister, because I don't know. Well, it's a bit late to be asking me. But I did it a long time ago. I wasn't questioning
I put one more slide to the presentation I sent you. So should I send you again?
It's too late. I've got everything ready to go as you can see. So, I mean,
Oh, it was supposed to be.
is it a Google Doc or is it a...
No.
See, if it was a Google Doc, it would be live.
Oh, it's fine. It's not that important.
I mean, you could explain it.
Yeah.
The speaking is more important than video.
Mister, what means mocking?
Mocking? To make fun of someone. To mock them or imitate.
To go to Mister for
Yeah, I can talk to you about that too, if you want me to.
Let's do it in the class.
Do you mind if I sit there and you sit there? Yeah, you want to see the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's a bit tight, but
Is someone here?
these are all the topics are the students sitting. And then I put seats there for, I guess, the people coming.
Yeah, you got writer, maybe photographer.
Yeah, I just told them that. Yeah, so that's what I assumed. And I told her.
No. Mister,
Yeah.
article stuff will have like a couple of.
I opened Google Docs. Okay. So find, drag it from your desktop, drag it in. I mean, it's really easy because I'm not going to have something to go up and do it. So you just want to still do maybe one day, maybe you have to do it.
You usually only say that once a day.
Alright, sorry, I'm making things hard here. Take this off.
Hey guys, I've got some instructions on the keyboard here so you can have a look. Yeah, it's true. Okay, I'll wait till everyone's here. Mr. Mm-hmm. Can I go to the pharmacy? You can do that for still, okay? The class starts at 55, right? Yeah, it starts at 40. Yeah, 40. Where is everybody? Because they don't want to see me start. Okay, guys, I guess we'll FA.
Why ethics here?
I don't know. I can think of the one with this.
And you've lost the curtain as well? Right.
Okay, guys, is your computer not frozen? I'm sure. Alright, guys, I've got some instructions on the e-board here.
Mr. I'm sure that
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
So can you close your laptops? Okay.
Okay, I will close it.
And your screens are frozen except for Stanley's, because I want to give you some instructions. So can you put your eyes on this screen, right? Right, yeah. So you got your tablets. I believe done some of the work for you, just to make things go a bit smoother, faster. You're going to sign into Smart School. I've actually already done that for you. What you're going to do in the next few minutes is you're using the Gmail account. You're going to email me one question you want your audience to be able to answer after your presentation. Okay? So if there's one thing that you really want your audience to take from your cultural presentation, what do you want your audience to learn about your culture? Okay? So you're going to email me that first. Then you're going to go to Google Drive and open your presentation. Okay? Because you're going to be presenting from your own tablet. Hopefully that will work. Okay, I've got the video going already, so you'll be videoed as well. There's a video there. It's,
Okay.
So just so you know.
Thanks.
And the last thing you want to do is open S-Note. This is the S-Note, this program here, right? It looks like this on the screen. S-Note.
Our screens as well.
I know I blocked it because I'm giving you instructions. So you're going to go on S-Note. What are you going to do on S-Note? Yes, you're going to. You're going to take notes on S-Note. You can use the keyboard, you can use the stylus, whatever you prefer. If you like to handwrite, that's fine. You take notes on the main ideas and interesting and important details of each presentation. So what is interesting to you? What seems important? What are the main ideas? Okay, these notes you're going to use later for our listening course. I don't care if you forget all the details of each presentation, but I want you to be able to identify them as you listen, and then use those notes later for our listening course, okay? So I'm going to unlock your screens, and I'm going to give you, let's say, 4 or 5 minutes to email me your question, go to Google Drive, open your presentation, and then open S-Note, okay? So let's, I'll free your screens. Yeah. Okay, you're free.
What was that?
This is gonna be for
Yeah, go alphabetical order, unless there's a volunteer. Can you log in, please, Nikita? Yeah, I'll put the directions.
What if it doesn't say it?
There's the instructions there, so you can see it. Can you make sure you're in dress code too, just because I want to take a few minutes now? ADG@LAS.ch. Interesting, there's so many absences on the
So they'll send to you? Like the estimate will send to you?
No, just send me an email with your question. Okay? S-note will just be for taking notes later. Anyone?
1,000 will send to you.
95.
1,000
Really?
Timothy. Ivan.
something.
No, keep doing that.
No, the one? Yes, they are.
Yeah, I can't send it.
You don't want to send them?
No.
Okay. We go old technology. You write your question.
That's much.
So what's your name?
Very faintly. It should recognize it when you start typing.
How many questions? One question.
Is this a capital?
Sorry? Doesn't matter. Maybe about 1 more minute. If you want the reference statement. Okay, everybody ready? Great. So these questions, I'm going to use them. That's your quiz. You just created your quiz. You're listening to this, which you're taking notes on, right? So remember, as you're presenting to the class, the idea is that you want them to understand the main ideas that will answer the question that you wrote here. Okay?
Can I take notes on that paper instead?
Let's try the tablets, and if you're struggling, then I'll let you switch to paper. Okay? Because I'm going to ask you to email me the notes tomorrow. So going back to what we started with. So you've emailed me your question or written your question. You've opened your presentation in Google Drive. You're being videoed on that laptop right now. And then you'll be taking notes on Estimate, right, which is this software. You want to take notes on the main ideas and interesting and important details of each presentation. Those notes will be used for quiz. Help you on the quiz. Okay, so back to your presentations. Remember the things we talked about? Making eye contact, speaking clearly and loudly. You'll be able to control everything from your tablet. So when you're out, you can just come use your tablet and I'll project it from my tablet. Okay? Any volunteers to go first? Okay, and I should say one more thing. When you're in the audience, you're expected to be a good participants, right? Which means you're listening, you're not playing Angry Birds on your tablet, you're taking notes. Okay, I can see that, so make sure that you're meeting those expectations. Yeah. Okay, so again, you want to start?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have to go? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share your screen so then you can
What I'm going to.
you use your tablet, right? So you fill it out. And then you open your Google Drive, and you should be able to project it. Sometimes the first slide doesn't come up very well, so let's see if it works. Oh, you go ahead and start from there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think during the presentation we cannot open this.
Whenever you're ready. I think the first slide might not show up. I think you can just go ahead and start, or you can show us.
During the presentation we
Oh,
go.
it shares on your screen. Okay, this is how we're learning. Okay.
So do we just take notes and always
It's right. It's right with that. Does that work now? Okay, we'll do it this way, which is this should work. So okay, whenever you're ready.
So well, I cannot see the first slide.
I don't know. Can you show us on the tablet? You can maybe walk around a little bit. What's the title of it? Can you pull it up and show us?
Okay.
Yeah, just walk around and show us so we can see it. I don't know why it's not projecting the first slide. This happened this morning too.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's
Yes. So I'm going to begin with the second slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I will explain you guys form of respect in Turkish culture. Respect is really important in Turkish culture, and we really give importance to respect. So I divided respect to three categories. Respect in greeting, when you greet someone. Respect in eating style, when you have a beer or dinner together somewhere else. And respect in your conversation generally. Generally means style, conversation style. So, yeah. Okay, respect in greetings. So, how do we respect in greetings? When we usually meet someone, first time we usually shake hands. Why we shake hands? Because we usually shake hands with stranger and people who we meet first time. Actually, I know it is very common way to greet someone in first time when you meet somebody. But we also keep distance usually with stranger while shaking hand and greeting someone. So shaking hand is really important in Turkish culture to greet someone. It shows your respect to other person. And also there are some gestures to greet somebody. For example, in Turkish culture, this means hi. For example, you are walking on the road or street or whenever you are outside, and then you see your friends coming from the other cross of road, and then you can say hi. This is means hi in Turkish culture. And also it shows you are seeing him and you are giving him importance, and so it is kind of respect actually. Secondly, respect in eating style in Turkish culture. There are some rules in Turkish culture while you have dinner with together your family or with your relatives. What are these? For example, when we are having dinner with together with our family or relatives, we always wait older people before start to dinner because it shows the respect to older people in Turkish culture. And usually young people do this. I mean, young people usually wait older people before start having meal or dinner in Turkish culture. And it shows your respect to older people in the dinner. And also, actually, secondly, we don't talk too much while having dinner, and also this is another respect to people in the eating. I mean, in the dinner. Thirdly, respect in conversation, generally in Turkish culture. So, during the conversation, you are talking with somebody else, and you need to show respect to other person. So, in Turkish culture, listen someone carefully is really important during conversation. So it shows your respect to other person while speaking with somebody else. Secondly, you usually don't speak loudly to other person because if you speak loudly, it shows you are not showing respect him or her. For especially older people, we never speak older people loudly, and it shows. If you speak loudly, it is a disrespectful manner. I mean. Thirdly, maintain eye contact in conversation. Maintain eye contact, this is what I'm doing now, shows your respect to other people. It means like you are listening to him or her and you are showing respect and you are giving value to him or her. So, so basically, form of respect based on three main meanings in Turkish culture: greeting, eating style, and conversation genre. Actually, I know these are very common ways to show respect in all other cultures, but in Turkish culture, we really give importance to these three menus, and they are really important in Turkish culture. If you want to show respect to other people, and also thank you for paying attention. This is my next slide. So,
Thank you. Any questions for the presenter?
any questions? No question?
Okay, thanks everyone. All right. Your volunteers will go next. Perhaps you might hear your hands on your phones out there. Whiskey?
How do I do it?
So go to Google, because you shared it's in Google Drive, right?
No, it's on like,
You shared it with your phone.
yeah, I sent it to you. I don't think it can be.
Yeah.
I did send it to you. But so that's the first thing.
I'll see what you can use next, by the way. Is it?
Wow.
You press the play icon at the top of the screen. You primary display.
My topic is how to actually people for their respect. Okay, this is so famous when we bow when you meet someone. And there is actually a rule of that. And if you bow for like 15 degrees, it's called eshaku in Japanese. And it means it's like high. If you know the person and if you're kind of close to the person, you just kind of like this. And then for the 30 degrees, it means it's kind of formal, more formal than the first one. And it's when you apologize, or if you meet a person for the first time. And then this one is more polite, more formal. It's the 45 degrees, and it's called side payday. People don't really use this, but if you were working and if you make a mistake in business, it's the formal way to apologize to someone else. And the second one, it's the manner of using chopsticks. It sounds like it's not really a respect, but it's really important to eat correctly during the meal to show the respect to the person or people you're eating with. This is the role of holding chopsticks. This one is called saguridashi. It means look for something in the plate. If you're eating something like soup, and if you look for something like potatoes, those things, and the soup, if you look for it inside the soup, it's really rude. And this one is really rude too. That's because this is not the thing adults or people who are supposed to be responsible for themselves will do. And most unpolite thing is propagation. Why this is rude is because at the grave we put the stone in the grave, and then when people die we put the chopsticks like this on the rice. So it's really rude if you do this, and some people will use respect for you. And during the meal, also, this is the photo of Petrol Jackson's people having a meal. You're not really allowed to talk. It's kind of similar to the culture, to the Turkish culture. You're not allowed to talk. That's because we find that it's really disgusting to talk during the meal, because we sometimes can see inside the mouth people eating something. It's completely different in European culture, but this is how it is in Japan. And this is the photo that proves, this is a photo of the ticket that proves the train is late. In Japan, it's really important to be on time. And if the train was late to your business, to your work, it's like it's not your fault. It's not something that you could change. So the company of the train makes the tickets that proves that it wasn't your fault. It was the fault of the company of the train. And it shows how long it was late for, and which line it was late, and why it was late. Yeah. And then the most important thing for Japanese people to show respect is to be polite. If you're not polite, people lose respect for you. That's it. Okay.
Questions for the presenter? Should we say something?
What's your name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sounds to me. Yeah, maybe when we can.
Maybe you can another page.
I think at the bottom right.
Oh, this is, yeah.
You could push the play button at the top. Will it work? Show me your screen. Push the play, see the play icon at the top. There you go. Everyone write down the title.
Right.
Okay. My topic is going to be a little bit different from yours. Instead of saying how you can show respect to Brazilian, I'm going to talk about a word in Brazilian that we tend to use so much, and it describes our personality. So the word is saudade. What is saudade? It comes from Latin, and in times of navigation, Portuguese sailors who were distant from home, they would describe their homesick as something like that. It's a word that only exists in Brazil. It exists in other countries in other languages, but as a verb, you can conjugate it. In Brazil, use it as a noun. So when you feel it, mostly when you miss someone, a moment or I don't know, someone you care about. And also the word is a great reason for poetry and also for singers to write about and to talk about it. Okay, so changing topics. The Brazilian word. How do you see them? How do you see them? Mainly, through research, people see them as a cheerful people, carrying strong feelings and mostly loud. So, what they have in common? There are two different topics, but mainly they're both unique and they both share a strong feeling. The Brazilian way is described by the word because they both describe the way we act. Brazilian people tend to acknowledge what happened with great saudade of it, but we tend to always look forward in life. So I believe in all of your country you have a word for it, maybe not, but you have shared the feeling. So my question for you is, how do you say saudade in your language?
Just keep going on. You got things to figure out. How we wanna. Everyone taking notes? Okay, and then you might work. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna skip this.
Okay. My presentation is about how Rio de Janeiro represents the Brazilian culture.
one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Okay, Rio is the second largest city in Brazil and is located in the southwest of the country and is the economic center, the second biggest in Brazil actually, just lose to São Paulo. Is a cultural and financial center also, and is where one of the where stay the Cristo Redentor. That is one of the world's 7 wonders of the modern world. Okay, it's also a state there that had headquarters, Vale and Petrobras. It is one of the most important things of our economy. So it's in Rio, like the big cities is there. And also where's the Maracanã, where is a very, I know that I think everyone knows, so we're gonna receive the World Cup, and Maracanã is one of camp where people want to play. One thing that always people this is not open. Yeah.
Happy again? Or go back? Doesn't show. Or do you want to just walk around and show it?
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. One thing that caught the attention in Brazil is one party called Carnival. There is a typical Brazilian party that happened in February, and is when a lot of people go to the street and dance a dance called samba, and it's only in Brazil. It is only in Brazil, and people from all over the world come to see this big event. Brazil is also very attractive when we talk about movies. And last year was filmed a movie called Rio that showed the rude inequalities, the rude social inequality and violence in our country that unfortunately made part of our culture. And one other thing that is really good in Brazil is the food. And one special one is called feijoada. So that includes everything that you can see here. That like the typical feijoada is just like beans, the black beans, with a little bit of meat inside. Well, in conclusion, it's clear that Rio represents one of the most important cities where culture from all of the country is located and spread. And my question is, what makes Rio special for us? What is the most important thing in Rio? Thank you for listening.
Very nice.
Questions for Maria?
Okay, well, what's the carnival film?
Carnival.
What's it?
Yes.
I've heard something.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you, Maria. Nikita, you're going to take a room check? You're going to wait till...
Yeah, can I do that, please?
Okay. You press the play icon at the top piece of the play icon. It's in the top, a little bit lower. There. Press that on the screen.
Well, I want to say, my name is Double, I'm going to explain how Mexico achieved independence. What it means for Mexicans today. Well, in Mexico, we have many cultural descendants from Spain. Mexico has been a country that has many traditions and space also. In Mexico, one like one thing we always do one respect is always that how the Mexican express their feelings in independence. Well, this day in Mexico, the Mexican community has a strong feeling to the day of independence and say it's always Viva Mexico. It's a strong word for Mexicans that demonstrates the national feeling. This is the shout, the one that demonstrates the Mexican national feeling. A common word in Mexico, referring to independence. This word is said every 16th of September, the day of independence. How did Mexico gain independence from? Who did Mexico gain independence from? 1810, 2010 was the Mexican bicentenary, celebrating 200 years being independent country. Which is what it-
Go back and put it up there.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Just you can proceed. Sorry.
In 1810, 2010, 2010 sorry, was Mexican bicentenary, celebrating 200 years being independent country of Spain. Mexico became independent from Spain. That it was that year is called the New Spain. Mexico being a country ruled by Spanish, like we're all sometimes in this during the war, Mexicans and Spanish have good relationship that because of the independence, some people didn't like Spanish anymore. 70s. This guy, who was this person? This person was Miguel Hidalgo Costilla, a hero for the Mexican community, always remembered as a good father. He died in 1811. He was born in 1753. This man was the leader of the Revolution Army of Mexico against the royalty army of this New Spain. This guy was also, this guy said the Grito of Chihuahua in Guanajuato, who was the statement that declared the war to the Spanish government. What did this flag represent? Maybe you're asking why this flag represents the sovereignty of the New Spain. What name did Spain give to the actual Mexico? The New Spain was ruled by Antonio Mendoza, the first one, and then Juan de Guanajuato. This person will devise the royal flag. They started to conquer Mexico in 1590 until 1522 they arrived all the Spanish. There's a plan. Oh,
You can show
You
me.
can leave there.
yeah.
I think sometimes if the information has a lot of data, like it's a big picture, I think sometimes it doesn't know the
Yeah,
because these slides can you can show us on the top right walk around a little bit if you want.
Terms of plan of Iguala. This was the term that declared Mexico an independent country. What it means the treaty? The treaty was a treaty of peace between Mexico and the Spanish government and New Spain. This was declared on February 24 of 1821 when Mexico was independent that day. This was the meaning of Mexico with his first day of independence.
What do you mean?
The first day Mexico was independent. February 24 of 1821. That flag represents the treaty of the peace. Who were these persons? Well, these two persons were one of the best generals in the revolution. We have at the arc, we have the Agustin Iturbide, a general that fight in the south of the country, waged many battles and was very important for Mexico. Was the strongest general for the Mexican army. And then we have Vicente Guerrero, who was the second president of Mexico, and also a good general for Mexico. No, it was the first president of Mexico, and also a general of the Iturbide army. The three volunteers army. This army were, well, as I said, the army of the Venustiano Carranza and Agustin Iturbide that lead the south of Mexico, and also that going through battle with the Spanish. Once more, you can make
Questions for Pablo?
Yeah.
What's the name of the
What's the name of the Mexican?
Yes.
Miguel Hidalgo Castillo. Miguel? It is, I don't know what it is. Miguel? Miguel. Hidalgo, you can see the link. It's like Hidalgo. Miguel.
He was the one that stated the war.
Yeah, no, he initiated the war.
What's the name of the third person?
Vicente Guerrero. Well, yeah, 1821, 16 of September.
Wait, the center?
So,
16 of September.
what happened 24th February?
What?
24th February?
Yeah.
What happened in February?
Don't get too lost in the specific details, guys. It's more general things in the closing and all. Good question.
Wait till the February. Oh, yeah. Like, the treaty was in 24, 1821. They declared the treaty. Of peace. But the independence one is the 16th of September.
How do Mexicans celebrate this holiday? This
Well,
national independence day?
Mexicans have too much party, you know. Well, they celebrate with tequila or tequila. And well, there's one place where the president gives the shout of Mexico. It's called El Zócalo, where at 12 o'clock in the morning, at the midnight, he says like, who were the heroes of independence, and why they fight, and then he knocks like a bell and says, "Viva Mexico." And then that's it. Like, we eat Mexican dinner, have music with mariachis.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Any questions?
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna just do something really quickly. So if you Okay, the screens are frozen. So I'm going to just demonstrate what I would like you to do now. So you can, you're going to go to S Notes, and you're going to save. You see the check at the top that says save. You're going to save it, and you can title it whatever you want. So when you come back tomorrow and you continue the presentations, and hopefully the classmates show up, you'll continue their admin notes, and then you'll use those notes for your listening phase. Okay. So you'll do that. Then, as normal, when you return the styluses, you'll turn off your tablets, return the styluses and keyboards to the locker. And the last thing I want to do is I want to thank you for your presentations, those of you that did it today.
Thank you.
I've been videoing you, and I will email you that video later for a journal reflection. I think an important part of learning and improving, especially your language skills, is reflecting on what you've done. And a great way to do that is to watch yourself. Teachers do it sometimes too. Okay, so I'll unlock your screens. Please save your S notes. If you want to take a couple of minutes to revise your essay on the same topic, you can do that in Google Drive. And you've got about 5 more minutes, and then you can return your tablets to the Any questions? So Nikita, can you tell us what we're going to do?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
we will give 5 minutes to learn the essay.
Okay.
And then we put our styles in and save our notes we can put and put it back in the
Okay, we're gonna, and don't forget to turn it off and plug it back into the charger, right? If you come in next time and you don't have any battery power, it's okay. Okay, go for that. So then the rest of you.
But these are notes, they say how to.
I'm not sure, so just click save just in case.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll ask someone to share their notes with you as well by email. We've still got 4 minutes, so take advantage of that time. No, we've got 4 minutes.